Atrial fibrillation. Gender differences for men and women, created by Life. One of the most common diseases that go unidentified is arrhythmia. Arrhythmia refers to an irregularity in a heartbeat. It comes in many different types, but the most prevalent one in men and women is atrial fibrillation, also called AF. Luckily, this condition is relatively simple to treat. Overall, AF is an irregular and rapid heart rate that can result in several different complications. They include stroke, heart failure, and other heart-related complications. However, you should note that there are some differences in how AF appears in men and women. One of the most initial discoveries is that men are more prone to the development of AF. However, because women have longer lives than men, AF's cumulative lifetime risk is similar in both men and women. Additionally, AF's overall prevalence varies according to the individual's ancestry. Prevalence studies reveal that Asian populations produce less consistent results in comparison to North American or European communities. Other studies show that several major risk factors in both men and women include higher age, body mass index, blood pressure, diabetes, heart failure, and myocardial infarction. Out of these factors, the most important is advancing age. Based on statistics, an increase in 10 years of age will lead to a doubling in AF incidence. Studies from North America, Europe, and Australia reveal that women with AF, on average, are older than men. Another risk factor that indicates sex differences is the impact of physical activity. Men that lead sedentary lifestyles and engage in vigorous exercise have an increased risk of developing AF. However, women that participate in strenuous exercise don't have increased AF risk. As there are differences in the causes, there are significant differences in symptoms. In general, those who suffer from AF have fast and fluttering heartbeats known as palpitations. Women are increasingly likely to experience such symptoms because they have a faster heartbeat in general. Additionally, women typically have a smaller body frame than men, making it easier to feel the heart beating. Other symptoms that women experience more than men are fatigue and trouble sleeping. Along with these symptoms, there are also different coexisting conditions. These include coronary artery disease and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Both of these diseases have a higher prevalence in men. One of the reasons is higher obesity between men. Meanwhile, women that seek treatment for AF are more likely to suffer from thyroid problems. Moving further to complications, one of the most significant ones is the increased risk of stroke or early death. Women also are at a higher rate of suffering a heart attack and congestive heart failure. Generally, men have a higher chance of a positive outcome than women. Moving further, one of the best AF treatments is the use of anticoagulants, such as warfarin or aspirin. They help to thin the blood and significantly reduce blood clots forming in the heart. Research showcases that men are prescribed clot-preventing medicine more often than women. Women that take anticoagulants are at a higher risk of suffering from dangerous bleeding episodes. Also, men are more likely to be referred for non-drug therapies, including pacemakers and catheter ablation. On the other hand, women are more likely to get medicine that is known as diuretics and antidepressants, as they are much more likely to develop depression as a symptom of AF. Conclusion. Regardless of whether you're a man or woman, it's crucial to remember that anyone can develop heart disease. However, talking more about gender differences can help us better understand the principles of the diseases and find more effective methods for treatment. Learn more about how to evaluate your heart health and manage your heart condition at home by visiting upalife.com.